inflatable ball.
We're on, we're live. It's Chit Chat Chop. It's Wednesday. Woo woo! Exciting guest over here in this lovely, I have to say, I love these uniforms.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
It was our goal was to have something that people could see us wherever we are in the building, and really helps out the customer. And all we've gotten so far are rave reviews,
they're awesome.
except for one person who said they didn't like orange, but they said it still looked good.
So this is Mac Chauvin, who's the GM of the Zatzman Sportsplex. And we are so fortunate that you could come on. And we're also fortunate because we're partnering. I don't know if people have heard. It's been in the news.
It's been in the news, and we have a sign in the building. And
I noticed the sign. I didn't even know that was going up.
And we put a notice in our newsletter that we're so excited.
And my mother forwarded that right away. Proud mom. So Kitchen Door is going to be the food and beverage partner, I guess, for the Zatzman Sportsplex. We're really excited. We're going to have a little grab-and-go shop and some vending, and you've got those beautiful rooms downstairs for meetings.
Yeah. And we've actually already had you in doing some catering.
Yes.
Got some rave reviews about that.
That's what we like.
And lots of people are really excited about some of the food options.
Yeah.
We're not having a deep fryer
No
the
fries.
first time since 1982. So people are sort of excited because I shared with them our discussion about fresh made nachos and things like that for hockey games.
Yeah.
So people are excited about that.
Yep.
And I came up here the other day and I rated your stock of some pita chips and some of the caramel popcorn.
Yeah.
And some of the homemade potato chips.
Yes.
And we took that in for a meeting and spread that out. And well, I think the locusts took eat slower in the field than our staff did on gobbling all that down.
Well,
and said
good.
It was all great. So I think it's going to be really exciting to have some healthier options and some really, really good options. We also have coming up this summer our summer camp.
Yes.
And we get 120 kids a week. And some of them bring their lunch, but some of them like to have an option to buy the lunch.
Yeah.
So we know in talking to some of the parents, they're really excited about the kind of food that you make, and that it'll be different, and it won't just be hot dogs.
Yep.
And we also have some parents who are always concerned about allergies and so on.
Yep.
And your business and kitchen process has a lot of things in place to protect contamination from different kinds of food. And so there are some parents who've already expressed to us how excited they are about knowing that they could, that if they, through our registration process, say that my child can't be in contact with peanuts, or they can't be in contact with this, that there'll be an option for them. Or if we have kids who are gluten sensitive, that we can always find a way to provide them something. So we know that all of those options are already starting to create a bit of a buzz. We've got some of our seniors who come in the morning. Big pickleball crowd, a lot of them have mentioned would love to have coffee or tea or something like that after they've played a match. So we know that's going to be really exciting. So,
and we're super excited because one, it's great. We're in Dartmouth now, and so that facility is such part of the community, and so we're really excited to be part of the community. But it's amazing. It's a beautifully renovated facility. And just in case you didn't know, it is open, people. You can go. My kids are in swimming lessons now, and so we're over there every Saturday morning. But I'm amazed at how well done the entire rental was.
Well, thank you very much, and I'm sure I'll let our architect know. Everybody appreciates that too. We've gotten lots and lots of great feedback.
Yeah.
The biggest thing I think that sort of gives that wow moment is when you walk in and they've created this huge skylight, this big almost cruise ship staircase is what people are calling it, with seating around, and so it's bright and it's open and it's all lots of white and lots of glass so you can see things. So when you're standing in one area, you can see to the other. So all of that's been really
not dark
popular.
And dingy, very clean, very, very modern, very cool.
So we're really excited.
So that's a little bit about that. And now we're going to do some cooking because that's what Chit Chat Chop's about. So we're going to bring Chef Andrew on because you said you wanted to learn how to make homemade tortillas.
I did.
Woo woo!
My favorite thing of all time is fajitas, but I'm also into quesadillas and all that kind of stuff. But you can buy the tortillas at the superstore.
Not the same.
But they're not the same.
Not the same.
So
I'm going to leave you in the capable hands of Chef Andrew, and I'll pop back on when we're done.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Thanks,
Happy
Patty.
cooking.
Excellent. Nice to meet you. Thanks for taking me on.
No problem. You're in luck. I love tacos. I love tortillas. I love all these things. This is it's kind of perfect. And it's got, you go to the grocery store and you see, you got like a 12-pack of tortillas for $4. Why do that when you can make 120 for $6?
Absolutely.
With a bag of this stuff. So this is masa flour. So it's actually a special type of corn that's a little bit starchier than our normal corn. It's treated with lime and then ground up. And we end up with this beautiful masa flour. This is Maseca brand. You can buy it at superstores have it. Pete's has it. I've seen it at Sobeys a few times, so it's widely available. Yep. You just need a deft hand and a tortilla press, which you can find them around. We got some on Amazon ourselves.
Okay.
Yep. So it's super fun process to do. You can get everybody into it, and you can just make it in a cast iron pan, or if you got one of those, I call it a pancake skillet, but one of those. What do you call it, Patty? It's a griddle. A griddler. Yeah. So one of those things is perfect to make them.
Yeah, Patty says you're going to make 180 of them at something coming up.
Oh, we're going to make like
that's a low ball.
Oh, 600. Okay.
Yeah, we're making 600, and I'm about, let's see, about 15 in right now.
Wow. Okay. I'm glad that's you, not me. I'd be happy to make 2.
Well, you never know. If you're really good, we might draft you.
I've always promised Patty, it's a partnership, so we'll help. So yeah, I can wash dishes.
Oh well, that's always good. We need as many hands on the dishes as possible a lot of times. So super easy to make. Like I said, I'm just going to take my bowl right here. I'll get my hands dirty. You can keep your hands clean for this part. But basically, this is the flour right here with this little pinch of salt in it. So it's really fine ground. And once the water hits it, you can actually really smell the corn. So there's 2 cups of that going in here. And I've got a cup and a half of water that I'm also going to pour in. And I just had a pinch of salt in with the flour as well.
Okay.
So I'm going to add about 90% of my water. Then I'm going to stir it around and make sure it's not too sticky, not too dry. We're getting it in the right spot. So we're getting pretty close here. And it's all by feel. That's one of the things that I teach in our pasta class here, that when you're making a dough like this, feel is essential. So you can sort of tell how much moisture the dough has. And actually, just give that a little feel there. It's pretty much where we want to see. It's so just a little bit sticky, but not too.
But not wet.
Not wet, exactly. You want to be able to hold together, and I want to be able to make a ball with it when I sort of move it around the bowl here. So I notice I've got a little bit of dry at the bottom here. So just going to add about a tablespoon of water to sop that up. Go.
And if you put too much water in, you can just add a pinch more of the flour.
Exactly. So it's not too hard to bring back. But do you smell that now? You get that nice tortilla smell right now, that corn smell. That's exactly what we're looking for. Perfect. I'm happy with that. So
excellent.
So have you ever attempted to make these before, Matt?
Yes.
Oh, how did they turn out?
How'd it go? Yeah.
They crumbled apart into many, many pieces.
Okay.
So I think I was a little too dry compared to what that was.
Yeah, so the idea is, I can just form a nice little block with this. It's got a little bit of resistance to it when I push in, but it's almost Play-Doh-ish.
Yeah.
Really.
And I think mine was a little drier than that.
Okay.
So I think that may have been what it was.
Gotcha. So, you have a nice little tortilla press over on your side, and I've got one right here. This is one for the folks at home. This is a tortilla press. There are many different types. This one is made of aluminum. You can get them out of cast iron. The metal doesn't really matter what it's made of. It's a little bit lighter to store. That's about it. So if you want to put that on your cutting board, and then I'll give you a sheet of parchment paper to put right on top there. And I've got this handy little ice cream scoop. So this gives us roughly about an ounce of the tortilla mix. And I'm just going to turn our pan here. So this is a completely dry cast iron pan. I'm just going to turn this up to 360 degrees Fahrenheit. So if you're doing this at home, you want to be about a medium to medium high heat. Doesn't take a whole lot of time to cook them, about 2 minutes total.
Wow,
so it's really quick, so you can really crank out the tortillas. So going to get us.
Set up a factory.
Yeah, we're going to set up a little factory. So I'll just give you a scoop right on the middle of your paper there. And if you want to take another sheet of parchment and put it directly on top.
Okay.
Perfect. Now I'll get that out. So you could actually food style this to make it look like ice cream the way it.
So that's about a tablespoon and a half, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate. Great. So we've got these beautiful little sheets of parchment, by the way. I'm used to using these for burgers. I used to work at a restaurant downtown that slung a heck of a lot of burgers, and these things are lifesavers. Perfectly pre-cut parchment paper. So we've got our parchment over the flour. So then we just lower this down. Make a little room for the camera there. There we go. And give it an initial little press there, and then we're going to use the handle to get it all the way down and give it a really good sandwiching.
A workout.
A little bit of a workout.
Well, we could maybe make a class of that outside the gymnasium.
Any
make them
fitness
for
class
you.
that involves making and eating tacos, I will be there.
Like we're outside the cafe space that we're going to have for you, there's this big open space, so we could put a table out there, and we could just start churning them out. Come on in, folks. Tortilla sides.
There we go. Tortilla Tuesdays, Taco Tuesdays.
That said, I bet you our day camp kids would love to learn how to make this.
Oh, cool.
This could be a really cool activity we could do.
Definitely could. So let's just make one more each, so we
Okay.
can have 2 little tacos. So here's another little piece of parchment for you.
Thank you.
And I'll get you a scoop of your dough. Right in the middle.
Perfect.
Then I've got our cast iron heating up here. I've got a little bit of smoke. That's exactly what I want. I know we're at the right temperature there. And again, just flatten it out. And gotta do the little workout face.
Yes.
Oh, you didn't put top parchment on there.
Well, exactly. That's for the people at home to see how easy it is to mess this up. So as long as you follow the right procedure, you're good to go.
I was like, oh wait, we didn't put it on.
It's good that you are willing to demonstrate that for people.
Well, as I say in classes, let me make the mistakes so you can do it properly, right?
Wow.
I'll show the right way and the wrong
You're
way.
a classy instructor, chef.
Well, it's important to own your faults. That's what it's very important. So this is unusable right now, so I'll just put this off to the side. This is why we have backups right here. So we've got our pan nice and hot, and I've got this is what we call in the business an offset spatula. Any kind of little flipper or spatula will work really well for this.
Yep.
So I'm just going to turn this down a pinch because I know we're hot enough. So if you want to take yours and hold it in one hand, we'll lift the parchment off one side,
Okay.
and then flip it over, and then peel the parchment off again, because they are a little delicate at this stage. Until they're cooked up, they're quite delicate. Nice.
Well done.
Whoops! I broke a little piece at the edge.
Oh, they don't need to know that. It looks great.
Okay.
Perfect. Well, you see that? It was so easy. He had a little crack on the side, and he just pinched it back together. That's all you need to do.
Yeah.
So now we'll just lay them. You want to put yours right there, right in the dry pan, and then we'll do the same with our other two.
Okay.
Because tacos come in pairs, you know.
Absolutely.
You can't just have one taco.
I don't think I've ever seen a single fish taco or anything like that.
Oh,
anywhere.
no, that's a... Don't want to do that. There we go. And then I left a little space right there. So we're not going to move it for the first 10, 15 seconds or so, and then the steam will naturally release it, because it's
Okay.
just flour, water, and a little bit of salt in there.
Yeah.
And I know this one was the first one down, so it feels good. You want to flip it at least 2 or 3 times, because it can scorch on one side without fully cooking. But see, we've got
Okay.
that nice little toasty corn
Yeah.
layer going on right there. Going to flip this one over.
So it doesn't give you
Beautiful.
an easy warning thing like a pancake does, where you get the little bubbles that say
No.
"time to flip it."
No, exactly. You'll smell burning and then be like, oh, it's too late.
Yes.
Yeah, so you just got to...
Or if you're really lucky, the fire alarm goes off in your house.
Exactly.
You've really blown it.
And what's great about using like a pancake griddle for this is got an even heat all over. So
Yep.
our cast iron, I know it's got a few little hot spots right in the middle, and then around the edge it's a little bit cooler. So I'm also rotating them about
Yeah.
90 degrees every time I flip them. You can see this is beautiful. That's what we're looking for right there. Woo. So good.
So you almost see a little bit of a color change, even without the sort of the char pieces.
Yeah, exactly.
It gets a little darker.
It's a little darker. You can see this one right here
Yeah.
is actually puffing up, and that's a great indicator that we're really close to finishing,
Okay.
because that means the water in the middle of the tortilla is actually starting to steam up and actually expanding and creating
Okay.
that light,
Yeah, you can see
fluffy
that here as
texture.
well with that one.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to give that another little flip. That might be the last flip for that tortilla. There we go, perfect. Now I can just tell by the feel of it too. It's actually hardening up, and you can tell it's not nearly as delicate as it was just
Yeah.
a few seconds ago. Another little flip here. Now I'm going to grab us some plates, because we are We're not far from taco time. This is a great. That's what's so great about these is they're so quick. You can, if you got the flour in your cupboard, you got all the fixings. You can have tacos in 10 minutes.
Wow. Gotta like that.
Yeah. I mean, my goal now is to try and beat all of these like food delivery services and show people recipes that they can do at home in the amount of time it would take the delivery person to get to your
there.
door. So this is
excellent.
this is key.
Now, if you make some of these in advance, can you store them for a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. You can do it. The key is you want to wrap them up really tightly.
Okay.
You can actually make the dough the way we have and then put it in the fridge, seal it in saran wrap, and you're good for 2 or 3 days. Easily.
Okay.
Cooked like this, they're a little bit harder to store, maybe a day on the shelf life. As long as they're sealed up, they're good to go.
I've wrapped them in a towel before, right?
Oh,
make
towel,
them
yeah.
And, make them an hour before
Yeah.
dinner, and then have them wrapped in a towel, and the steam sort of just keeps them nice and
Okay.
yeah.
Exactly. So there we go. 2 nice tortillas there. These ones were in the low heat end of the pan, so I'm just going to give them a little bit more time right there. But we have some fixins for you too. So if you want to start off, this is our green goddess dressing, which is actually a really nice herbal lime kind of dip that we use. You can use like an avocado guacamole. You can do all kinds of things, but we're mixing up. Not traditionally Mexican, but lots of great flavors are going in here. So if you want to put a little bit of that on your tacos, we've also got some caramelized onions, which are awesome. And this slaw is particularly good. So it's got red cabbage, it's got some carrots, it's pickled with some apple cider vinegar. There's also some jalapeno pepper in here, so that adds a little bit of heat. And then we also have some beautiful smoked turkey, which is something that we use a lot here. We get this from Olton's Farms, and they smoke turkeys for us. We pick it and we use it in a smoked turkey salad sandwich and a bunch of other different applications. But man, it is good. Here, I'll put that right there for you. And there's your taco. There's your caramelized onion, and I will flip these guys because I know they are so close. So this is a fairly traditional Mexican slaw here. They call it curtido, but the idea is that you can pick a whole bunch, and as long as you keep it below the level of you press it down, you keep it below the vinegar level, and push all the vegetables down, you've got a beautiful slaw that can keep for months in your fridge.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, there we go. So this one's puffing up.
Yeah, so that puffing up moment is really sort of the magic sign.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that the texture on the outside feels just right.
So there we go.
There we go. And you know what? You need one little extra bit. Here's a nice bit of lime. A little garnish right there for you.
Yeah.
And why not some green onions? So I've got some fresh green onions. I'll chop them up.
You've chopped onion before.
I've done a few onions in my day. A few onions. Sometimes I'll be teaching a class and then just chopping away and looking around. Freaks people out a little bit, but it's all practice. So there's some green onion for you on the top there. Looks awesome. And notice how I cut the lime too. You can actually, if you cut it right off the side, just like I did here, I'll do another wedge of it. But this is a great way to just put a side of lime on something, so you can just perfectly squeeze it without having to worry about getting any of the pith or anything. There's no seeds, luckily, but that's just a nice, clean way to present it.
Look beautiful.
So good. So good. I'm a little bit behind here. I want to make one myself. But if you want to go ahead and try it, Max, I am not going to stop you.
Oh, well, I'm absolutely ready to do that.
Got a neat little reaction there.
Because I will probably make a mess.
I feel like napkins are required.
Yeah, and it holds together nicely.
Yep.
It's a little bit thicker than commercial corn tortillas that you get, but I really like the texture that it gives you.
No, and the flavor is amazing.
Yeah, you get that freshly toasted corn flavor on there. Great stuff.
Look,
Thank you, Patty.
you're welcome.
So a friend of mine the other day he's a 5-year-old who loves playing basketball, and he put on Facebook, he said, hey, anyone know a place where I can play basketball with my kid? He loves playing basketball. And I was rattling my brain, where can I tell him to go? 20 minutes later, he's showing pictures from Zatzman. So you guys have courts now, basketball.
Well, that was actually one of the new additions we made to the whole building. So we always had a fitness center. We've redone it. It's new. It's in a new area. Has brand new equipment. But we had that feature before. The gymnasium was something we didn't have. And when we went out and did the community consultation of asking people, what do you need? What does our community really need? One of the top things that came up was we need a gymnasium in Dartmouth. So that we put 2 full-sized basketball courts in, and then a big cross court as part of that. We're doing tournaments and so on. And right now we have that program for a bunch of things. One of them is basketball. And we have some time when there's groups in playing basketball. We have pickup times. We have times when you can bring your kids in and play. Because basketball comes in so many different flavors, so to speak. You've got the people who want to play and play hard. You've got a person like your friend who wants to bring their son or their daughter down, and they want to share their love of that sport and do a bit of family time there. We've got kids who want to do their birthday party and play basketball. So you've got all of that we've got going on. Pickleball is huge. One of the fastest growing sports right now in North America. It's crazy, and it's an amazing workout. And it's great for people who have lower mobility issues, that find tennis hard or something like that. You're still going, you're still moving, but you can play it if you're a little older. And people always thought pickleball was for older adults. The other day, we had a 6-year-old in playing pickleball with their mother, and they loved it. They thought it was amazing. It's got a bright ball, it's got a nice paddle, you can go back and forth and do stuff, so that's huge. We've also got volleyball and badminton, and we've got parent and child time where, you bring in your preschooler on a Thursday morning, and you guys can go and play on some equipment and do some different things, and then go down for a swimming class. But one of the other things that we're really excited about is we've partnered with Parasport Nova Scotia and the local soccer association, and we are offering motorized wheelchair soccer.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
It's on Wednesday nights, and it is so exciting. It is the only sport for somebody who uses a motorized wheelchair.
Right.
And so you come in your wheelchair. We have a couple that we have on site. You put a bracket in front of where your feet is. It's a big ball, and you play soccer. And it's so exciting.
Oh my gosh.
And it is the only place that you can do that right now in our area. And it's giving some people who've never had a chance to play sports to come and participate in a sport, because it's got referees, it's got all of that. It's a great experience and a real opportunity to offer something to a group of people who never had anything before.
That's
So
awesome.
really excited about the gymnasium and lots of good stuff going on.
And kitchen doors right outside the gymnasium.
It is.
FYI.
Yeah. Yeah, and we also just have them open times if you want to come in by yourself. We have one of our staff who, on their lunch break, she goes up, she's happy to shoot some hoops. We got people who just walk in, they're on their lunch hour, they just get changed, they just want to go in and spend 20 minutes shooting hoops, and you can sometimes come in our gym if it's all open for that kind of thing. We have 6 nets that are down, and you'll see one person at one net, group of four people who've come in on another net, mom and a daughter on another net, then a couple of high school kids that are down there playing, and they're all just playing 1-on-1 or 2-on-2 or something like that, having a great time. So lots of opportunities.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we're super excited. I'm coming back on.
Did you want to try a taco patty?
I do want to try a taco. Because I missed these the other day.
There we go.
Yes, I'm going to have my other one because they are really good.
Yeah, go for it.
And they're still.
We'll squeeze a lime on that.
They're
A little
still-
lime.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
They're still. They're
They're
still.
really good. Not that I'm surprised. They're really,
The surprise
they're really
is-
good, though.
Nope, so I dropped that.
That's
Oh, well.
all right. Yeah.
And once they're cooked, they're so sturdy. They really are.
Yeah, they really
Well,
are.
I
And you
thought
get
they
that corn.
And I thought they'd dry out a little bit, but they don't. They're supple still.
Because they look dry, right, in
Yeah.
the dry pan, but no, they're awesome.
And the toasted corn flavor you get from it really just
Yep.
brings it
Yeah.
home for me.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah.
Taco Tuesday. Taco
Excellent.
Wednesday. Taco Thursday. Tacos every day.
Taco every day.
Cool. I had a chew first. Sorry, excuse me while I chew. Well,
got a
thank you
little
for
messy
coming on. We're super excited to have you on Chit Chat Shop. We're super excited for our partnership. Anything else you want to say about the Zatzman Sportsplex?
I've just did it. Come on down, check
Come on
it out.
down. Seriously, it's awesome.
And we can't wait to have you in either. We know a lot of people are going to be excited to have some of your food and be able to complement their visit with that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Be great.
Thank you so much.
And any questions at all, you guys are going to be watching. This is going live. Maybe you guys will be there to answer questions that people have during the show.
We totally will. Yeah, from home with a glass of wine. I'll be answering. I'll be answering.
We'll see you in the comments, everybody.
Cool.
Yep.
Episode 80, Chit Chat Chop. Who knew? Max from Zatzman Sportsplex. Awesome.
Thanks for having me, Patty.
Thanks,
Max.
Thanks, Chef Andrew.
Thank you.
Great.